Top 3 Construction Fails, Clients Edition. Hi, my name is Arud and I'm a licensed general contractor in Los Angeles. For 18 years of my experience in construction business, I used to work for interior designers, architects, and developers. So I've seen construction problems from different points of view. Each client is different, each project is unique. But no matter how big is your project, mistakes are pretty much the same. It's just a matter of scale. We'll face same problems no matter if you're remodeling your bathroom or you're in a complete home renovation with landscaping. But let's skip talking and get right to the point. There are 3 items that I wanted to talk about. First is clear understanding of what the final result will look like. We're gonna call it a clear vision. Second is just blindly following stuff that you see on Pinterest or any other social media. We're gonna call it trends. And the third is budgeting. Clear understanding of what has to be included in the quote, what numbers you have to see and what information has to be presented is crucial. That's gonna determine if you'll be able to control the project and make sure that you're gonna stay within the budget. Let's start with the first one, clear understanding of what the final result will look like before even starting the demolition. That item is kind of crucial because any changes during the project gonna cost you extra time and extra money. And in some cases, time even is more important than money. So you want to make sure you have clear understanding of what exactly materials you're going to be using, equipment and appliances. Before having all that information, you don't even start the demolition. If you have a tile on the floor in the bathroom and you have an engineered floor in the rest of the house, are you sure the elevation is done properly and you're going to have a smooth transition between the materials? Same thing goes with the appliances. You want to make sure you clearly understand what type of stove you're going to be using. Do you need to bring an extra power for that stove, or whatever you have existing is more than enough? All the small details are going to affect your timing and the budget, and making corrections during the construction is the worst thing you can possibly do. That might sound not super important, making a couple of corrections during the project, but that's actually is the first step going over the budget at the end. So without clear understanding of what the final result will actually look like, you're going to spend more time, more money, and probably during the project you're going to do the same trades a couple of times to make sure that the final result will meet your expectations. Another problem is trends. Falling for the trends that you see on Pinterest or any other social media is probably one of the biggest mistakes we're facing during our project. Especially when you think that you can just pick and choose different stuff from different projects on Pinterest and they have to work together. But that's not the case. This actually refers us to the first point when you have to clearly understand what the final result will look like. Beautiful wall paint that you saw on Pinterest might not work at your house because you have a different space and you have a different sunlight. Or a dark natural wood kitchen cabinet that you saw on Google will not work in your kitchen because you don't have enough sunlight and your space is just different. I actually always have a list of trend items that are just waste of money and time. The tricky one is the TV above the fireplace. Probably 99% times when we install a TV, especially the big ones, our clients ended up with a very awkward angle where we had to sit and watch the TV with your head up. So consider buying a mount that you basically can pull the TV down to bring it back to the normal eye level. Another big one is pot fillers. Probably in most of the cases that we install pot fillers, our clients barely use them. Because at the end of the day, you still have to bring that pot after you're done with the cooking. You have to bring that pot with the water to the sink, dump all the water. So it's just pointless unless you're doing a lot of canning and cooking. But in most of the cases, just waste of time and money. Another one is open floor plans. I actually made a separate video on that topic, but still, whenever you're looking at the plan on the piece of paper and it looks nice and spacious, in reality, you might have completely different feelings. Especially when you enter in the house and you looking directly on the kitchen island. So you don't have that layering, like visual layers whenever you enter in the house. It's just you enter the warehouse, completely empty and with the huge kitchen at the end. Microwaves above the stove. I don't know if anybody even do that stuff anymore, but they look ugly, they don't work properly. And last one, probably my personal hate, is modern appliances, the ones that you have to basically knock on the dishwasher so it will pop open and then you pull it down. Imagine you're in the middle of the busy day, you're doing like cooking, you're washing your dishes, your kids are running around, and you knock on that dishwasher, it didn't open. And you have to play around, make sure you didn't break it while you try to open it. You're gonna hate your kitchen from A to Z, and you would wish you buy some standard cheap dishwasher to avoid all those problems. And probably the most interesting one is budgeting. Clear understanding of what is included in the quote, what information is actually useless, and makes it difficult to control the project and make sure that you stay within the budget. Because, for example, you don't have to know how many sheets of drywall they're gonna use while remodeling your bathroom, or how many gallons of paint they're gonna use. You wanna make sure you have a fixed price and you have a clear understanding of what is included in the quote and what the final result will look like. The beauty of clear understanding of the final result and fixed price is that you're eliminating any talks about extra materials, extra labor. You want to just focus on, let's say, for example, if you're talking about the bathroom, you want to make sure that the waterproofing is going to be done properly. The transition from the flooring tile to the hardware is going to be smooth. The vanity is going to be installed centered from the wall to the shower glass. You're going to have a proper fan in the ceiling strong enough for your square footage. You don't care how many gallons of paint you're gonna use or how many boxes of grout they're gonna use. Your life is gonna be much easier, and it's gonna be much easier to control your project and stay within the budget. So now, with a clear understanding of the final result and proper budgeting, your process from start to finish is gonna be smooth and stressless. If you want to completely renovate your home, give us a call and we'll make sure that the final result will meet your expectations.